When I look at Africa, many questions comes to mind. I ask myself, what will happen if Kwame Nkrumah was to rise up? What will happen if Patrice Emery Lumumba of Congo was to rise up and see what is happening right now in Democratic Republic of Congo? What will happen if Thomas Sankara has to rise up and see what is happening right now in Burkina Faso? Hello everyone. When I look at Africa, many questions come to my mind. I ask myself, what will happen if our founding fathers to rise up? What will happen if Kwame Nkrumah was to rise up and see what is happening right now in Ghana? What Kwame Nkrumah has to say? What will happen if Patrice Emery Lumumba of Congo was to rise up and see what is happening right now in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Kiev, in Eastern Congo? What will happen if Thomas Sankara was to rise up and see what is happening right now? What Thomas Sankara will say? I'm asking myself, what will happen if Malik Julius Kambalage Nyerere was to rise up and found that for the first time the country of Tanzania has succeeded to have a female president? What will Malik say? What will happen if Nelson Mandela was to rise up and find that South Africa is under President Cyril Ramaphosa? What will happen if Kenneth Kaunda was to rise up and see what is happening right now in Zambia? I'm asking myself, what will happen if Nnamdi Azikiwe was to rise up and see what is happening right now in Nigeria? What will happen if Samola Moses Machel was to rise up and see what is happening right now in Mozambique? They will be confronted with different things. They will be confronted with Africa, with Africa without peace. They will be confronted with Africa that we are being fed by the West, the Africa that cannot produce enough. They will be confronted by the disunited Africa. They will be confronted with Africa that is struggling to liberate themselves from colonial chains. They will be confronted with the Africa that we are still exporting our natural resources into raw forms. They will wonder what this generation has done. The generation that has allowed the resources to go and make or create job opportunities for others and left the young men and women of this continent dying into Mediterranean Sea, others into Atlantic Ocean when they are trying to cross and find green pastures in other places. They will be confronted with Africans, especially young people, with no enough employment opportunities, while the continent is full of resources. Those are things that I'm trying to think to myself here. And I ask you, what will happen if our founding fathers were to raise up and see how this continent is right now? They will be confronted with many things and they will be shocked and they will die again by shock. So I'm trying to ask myself those questions. What will happen? The continent is full of potential. It's a continent that is still poor. You see how the people are living in difficult conditions. This is the Africa that always we are talking about. This is the Africa that always I'm talking about. The Africa full of potential. Africa is full of horrible land. Africa full of minerals. Africa full of water. Africa full of good air condition, as you see. We don't need air conditioning machine. God has already created everything nice here. But we are not doing much well. So we, the current generation, we have to change things. We need to pave our roads. You see the roads there. We need to pave these roads because these are roads that have been used for many years to take our resources out of our mother continent. So, kings and queens, sometimes I'm here to download wisdoms from our ancestors. I'm getting fresh air from our ancestors. So, I'm happy to be with you at this time to share what I feel and to share what I think with you. We have gratitude, my dear kings and queens, to change our mother continent, Africa. With those few words, have a nice time. See you next time. Thank you.